Welcome, everyone. I am so happy to see you here. Today, we have an exciting story for you. But before we start, let me tell you something important. This video will help you improve your English. We will use the shadowing technique, which is one of the best ways to improve spoken English. What is the shadowing technique? It is a simple and powerful way to learn English by listening and repeating. You listen to me and repeat after me. This helps you improve your pronunciation, fluency, and confidence. This technique works because it forces you to speak naturally and quickly. When you copy my voice, my tone, and my speed, your brain gets used to the rhythm of English. So, here's how you do it. Listen carefully. Then repeat after me. Try to copy my voice exactly. Try to copy my speed and my emotions. Do this many times and you will see big improvements in your English. Are you ready? Let's begin the story. Sophie was very excited. She was going to Japan for the first time. She loved traveling and she always dreamed of visiting new countries. She wanted to experience a new culture, taste new food, and meet interesting people. But more than anything, she wanted to practice her English. She had been learning English for years, and now she wanted to use it in real life. But Sophie had not always been confident in English. In the past, she had faced many struggles. She remembered the times when she could not understand what others were saying. She would go to a restaurant, and when the waiter asked, "What would you like to order?" she would freeze. She did not know how to reply. She also had problems at the airport before. She once got lost, but she was too afraid to ask for help in English. She felt embarrassed and helpless. These moments made her realize how important English was. At the airport, Sophie checked everything. She checked her passport, she checked her ticket, she checked her bag. Everything was ready. She took a deep breath and walked to the check-in counter. The lady at the counter smiled at her and asked for her passport. "Hello, passport please." "Here is my passport," Sophie said, handing it to her. "Where are you flying today?" "I am flying to Tokyo. Here is your boarding pass. Have a nice flight." "Thank you so much." Sophie smiled and walked towards the security check. She felt confident. Speaking English was easy in the airport because everyone spoke English. But what about Japan? Would she be able to use her English there? She was excited, but also a little nervous. After passing security, she found her gate and sat down. She looked around at the other passengers. Some were reading books, some were using their phones, and some were sleeping. She opened her notebook and started reviewing some English phrases she might need in Japan. Then something amazing happened. She saw a famous English-speaking author sitting near her. It was someone she admired. She gathered her courage and went to talk to him. "Excuse me, sir, are you Mr. John Carter?" she asked politely. The man smiled. "Yes, I am." "How can I help you?" Sophie felt excited. "I love your books. I am trying to improve my English. Do you have any advice?" John Carter nodded. "Yes. The best way to learn English is to use it every day. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Speak as much as you can. Read books, watch movies, and talk to native speakers." Sophie felt inspired. "Thank you so much. I will practice every day." "That's the spirit. Keep learning and you will improve quickly," John Carter said with a smile. Finally, the boarding announcement came. Sophie got on the plane, found her seat, and put on her seatbelt. The plane took off. She looked outside the window and saw the beautiful sky. She smiled. A new adventure was waiting for her. After a long flight, Sophie finally arrived in Japan. The airport was big and full of people. She collected her bag and walked out. Now she needed to go to her hotel. She reached into her bag to check her phone. Oh no, her phone battery was dead. She had no way to check the map. She didn't know how to find her hotel. She felt a little scared. What should she do? She looked around and saw many people, but they were all speaking Japanese. She didn't know Japanese. She felt lost. Her heart started beating fast. She took a deep breath and told herself to stay calm. Then she saw a man standing near a taxi stand. He looked kind, so she decided to ask for help. She walked up to him and spoke in English. "Excuse me, sir, can you help me?" she asked politely. The man smiled and replied, "Of course. What do you need?" Sophie felt relieved. "I need to go to this hotel," she said, showing him the name on her paper. The man looked at the paper and nodded. "Ah, that hotel is far. You need to take a train." Sophie was nervous. "Oh, how can I buy a train ticket?" she asked. "Follow me, I will show you," the man said kindly. Sophie followed the man to a ticket machine. She had never used a Japanese ticket machine before, so she was a little worried. The man pointed at the screen and said, "First, touch the screen." Sophie touched the screen. "Now choose English." Sophie smiled and selected the English option. "Now enter your destination." Sophie carefully typed the name of her station. "Now pay for the ticket." Sophie took out some money and paid. The ticket came out of the machine. She picked it up and held it tightly in her hand. "Here is your ticket," the man said with a smile. Sophie was so grateful. "Thank you so much for helping me," she said. "You are welcome. Have a great trip," the man replied. Sophie walked to the train station and looked at her ticket. She checked the platform number and found the right train. She got on and sat near the window. As the train started moving, she smiled. English had saved her. At last, Sophie learned something very important that day. English is not just a subject you study in school. English is a tool that can help you in real life. It helps you travel. It helps you talk to people. It helps you solve problems. So, if you want to improve your English, keep practicing. Use the shadowing technique. Listen and repeat. Speak with confidence. Did you enjoy the story? Watch this video again and practice speaking with me. Repeat the sentences and improve your English. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories. See you next time.